I think it's safe to say that around 8 to 10 hours is more than enough to get something that looks like this to look like this. So hello, welcome back. I was working on this project for like a week or something. I wanted to create another short for YouTube. Short means like a short animation. And I got to the point that every single one of us has when we are working on an animation like this. And this point is where we no longer really have time to work on this animation because we have to just render it and upload it to YouTube because, you know, there's like algorithm and stuff. So you can't really spend a lot of time working on your animations. So you sacrifice all those details you could have put in. It's just kind of half done at this point. So I'm kind of at that point where I would say it's good enough and it's detailed enough to render it and upload it to YouTube. But also I would love to see more detail in it and spend a lot more time on it. It would be much, much better. So what I thought is that I'm going to keep working on this one. And I rendered it already in this stage where I'm at right now, that I thought it's good enough for YouTube and I don't have to spend another week on it or something. Because this project was created in April 21st, which is at 1 AM, which is pretty much 7 days, almost 7 days. So I worked a week on this. I would love to spend more time on it, but I also want to upload it on YouTube because it's good enough. And also I want to move on to another project because I'm starting to lose interest, you know how it is. So now I want to force myself to work on this scene more and put a fuck ton of detail in it so that we can see if it worth the time or not. Let me show you what I created here. So here pretty much we have a village and the story is that at night there's a thief that is going up and down stealing stuff, and these guards are not really guarding the city. So it's just a pretty basic, pretty not that complicated story as you can see, but that's what I had come up with. So basically what I want to do right now is to create more visual details in it that doesn't really change the story. So let's see how that turns out. First things first, I have some foliage here, and I also want to have more bushes and trees and stuff. I want to add more foliage. Oh, by the way, every single asset I used here is in the description down below, the links and the names. Okay, so I finished with this part, and this is what I made. It took me like 30 minutes or something. So this is what I made. This is without it. And this is with it. I think I kinda overkilled it. And I shouldn't have this much in the same, but we'll see. We can always delete some. So if I open up its material, as you can see, I already set up something here. I have a simple grass wind applied to it. So the idea behind this, when we have this that sped up moments, everything's going to be like this fast and jiggly and wiggly and stuff, like the wind was just blowing it and it was, you know, just sped up. Alright, so what we want to do is that we want the wind intensity to be 1 at the night, and we want it to be like, I don't know, 7, like 7 at the day. But now I want to fix the color because it's really uniform, although it has some variation if you look at from up close, but we're not looking at it from up close. I think if we get a noise and plug it into the base color. Oh yeah, this is awesome. So now we can use this as a mask for some color variation. Something like this. Like that. Alright, cool. Let's check it in a lit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's way better. Alright, so I have like a lot of assets downloaded already. Especially this tree, which I really want to use. But I think it has some material and the vertex problems, so I have to fix that first. So everything is black now. We want to start painting some stuff to white. We start to paint these branches some color here. Now I'm going to swap to like this 50% gray here. And I'm going to paint everything in between like this. Okay, so now I basically have a tree that can be affected by the wind. Cool. So now let's get some materials. Alright, that's good enough for me. So now I'm going to get a roughness map, and I'm going to just pretty much eyeball it. This is a nice roughness map. Okay, so let's create the wind. Amazing. We can do the leaves. So let's have a look from the camera's perspective here. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to import some assets here that I have. So I have like different barrels and like buckets and bush and the whole is fucking chicken. I'm going to import those and just scatter it around. Alrighty. So as you can see, I have imported all the assets I still need. And not all of them, but the ones that I kind of have to scatter around here. The basic idea is that I put like bushes in a way like this, which is going to be kind of static, so they're not really gonna move at all. So like that, like if the, you know, somebody were here to, you know, organize this in a nice way. But the other objects I'm going to just place randomly, like the bucket in the barrels here for like that, maybe. So I'm just gonna populate the scene with these real quick, and then we'll see. Alright, so far this is what we had with all these branches and foliage and stuff like on the like houses and trees. But now I added some crates and bushes and stuff all over the place. So this is how it looks right now. There's a little more life to it. Oh damn, the depth of field is fucking sucks. For some reason. The leaves are, man, these leaves are fucking weird. I don't know what to do with these, to be honest. I'm sure I could like use like a half transparent material on them, so like I think it would be really expensive. But yeah, it gives a little life to the scene. All these little bushes and stuff. I think I'm gonna take a break here, because it was like a 3-hour session. I'll be right back. I kind of want some rocks or something around the tree here, because I think it would look nice, because also they can't really go out of the pavement. So that's the first thing I want, and I might get some flowers as well that I can let me just get some flowers that I can place next to the bushes here. So let me just hop on Sketchfab real quick. So now I have some other stuffs to scatter. So I'm gonna do that real quick. So I put another one here, like that. Here's another blue. So just a few more. And here we go. So we pretty much have flowers everywhere. One here, maybe one here as well, but I don't want it to be lonely. I want one on the top of this. We can give this lady 2, because she likes flowers. Oh, let's make it 3. You know what? Let's make it 3. I just rotate this. So this is the day scene without the flowers. This is what we had before we added all the flowers. And this is the scene with the flowers. So again, we added just enough details to... There's a plus layer of visual that you can look at. I'm gonna import the stones and the dirt area where the trees are. Alright, so this is it. This is the size. This is everything that we need. So let me just delete this. Get to a tree actor. So now, in theory... Oh yeah, I did it to everything, every single one of these. I have no idea what happened. I made a little sidewalk on the landscape material, so then it just fucking disappeared. I have to solve it somehow, but it's a problem for another time. I kind of want to get the trees here make the leaf material semi-transparent, or not semi-transparent, or maybe, I don't know, I just still have to decide. Why don't I have shadows? And the shading model is... I actually have no idea. So it's definitely not two-sided. Because it looks awful. Yeah, it looks like a fucking hedgehog. Forget about this. We don't have time for this. Or we actually do, I just don't want to spend time on this. It's good enough. I think we can move on to the particle effects. Because I want some bugs flying around this lantern. Not lantern, this lamp here. What I would do for that, create a new Niagara system here. Hanging particles here. Like that. I want to decrease the radius by a bunch. Alright, here. So now we can decrease the spawn rate. Is it enough? I think it's enough. I mean, this looks cool. Okay, alright, cool. I mean, this looks good. So let me just create a material for it. So now I got a orange color like this and a multiply, which is going to be the strength, 5 or something. And then now I kind of want to, I think I'm going to just open up the one of the lamp materials here real quick. We have now a system here that I made, which checks the sun position. We can just actually pretty much plug this here. Alright. So I think with all the bloom effects and stuff, it's going to work pretty well. Well, I can just increase this to like a ridiculously big number, like 200. And let's see what that does. Because obviously we have like an opacity factor which kind of darkens the bright parts, so it's not really that emissive. Oh yeah, it's much better. Let's go to the camera view and have a look. I can't really play this real time right now because my PC would just fucking explode. We'll have to wait for the render, for the final render. Actually kinda close to, pretty much close to just render this whole thing. I would love to, you know, like elevate these and put something underneath them, but I think I'm not gonna do that because I would have to model some stuff. Oh yeah, I have to animate the foliage, the wind for the foliage, which I don't know how to do. A merge actor, instance static mesh components. What that means might be that they share just one instance, but I'm not. No, I'm not sure because mesh components is basically like the LM0, which is the material, is a static mesh component. So this could be good. Let me try it. Oh wow! It just. Oh fuck! I think I just broke my shit. No. Oh wait. Oh fuck yes. Alright. So now if I drag this here, I can just add a static mesh component here, and I'm 0, and then we can choose the intensity. Oh fuck yes. So now I have to do the same for the branches, I think. Let's do the same with the bushes. Gathered all these foliage assets, converted them into one actor, and so they share the material, the instance material, and I just brought them into the sequencer and animated the material. So when we have that sped up moment, the wind is stronger and sped up and stuff. So now we can see like a subtle wind, and when we have that sped up moment, everything goes just crazy. So I think I'm gonna fix the landscape material tomorrow. Alright, so I'm gonna just finalize this and bug fix it real quick, and then I'm going to just call it a day. Alright, so this really should be just a quick session right now. Because now what I want to do is that get all these assets I scattered around, make some actors like this. This looks good. So I can just pretty much create one actor. Now I can just delete these, I think. Alright, I really have to somehow disable the multimedia function on my keyboard because this shit is opening up like notepads and stuff. So I have that one. We can do like something like this. In theory, I can just pretty much drag these into the sequencer like this and just give it a transform. So now with this, I can just pretty much keyframe these. Okay, here is there, another keyframe here, then move back a little and just pretty much change its location like that. Man, nothing is responsive at this point. Okay, so I can just do this with every single one of these credits and stuff. So let's see. Alright, so this is what I made so far. If you pay close attention, then there is some elements moving around. I ended up not lifting up the foliage here, like these bushes and stuff, because like I would have to model something for that, and I'm pretty lazy, to be honest, at this point. So yeah, and also I ended up not doing the part where I just scattered a bunch of like gardening tools around, like shovels and then forks and stuff, because that's again a lot of work. Didn't really have time for this project lately, so I think it's just better to close it right now, because if I keep this project alive and keep trying to add stuff, then I would never finish it. So I think at this point I have to just fix the landscape, create the post-processing volume, and add all those juicy camera effects. What I think we could do is that we could just set the houses to the lightning channel 3 and have a big ass light casting like edge light, rim light on them with like a bluish color. So everything would have like this moonlight thing. Okay, let me try it. So I just get a directional light here. That is channel 2. Alright, so all the houses are being lit by the moon. Volumetric in scattering is 0 because I just wanted the highlights part. I mean, this is not bad at all. And this is the scene with the rim light, and this is without it. Okay, so with it is 100% better, but I think I should just decrease the intensity. Alright, this is nice. So now I have to animate it, right? Alright, let me fix the landscape, and I'm pretty much done with this. Maybe I should add rim lights to the objects as well, right? Maybe I should do that. Should I? Oh fuck, I'm gonna do it. Okay, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna fix the landscape and press render. Okay, so I pretty much finished everything, which means I have like 4 hours and 40 minutes of recording here, which means that's the minimum time I spent on this project, the detailing part. Off camera, I think the scattering part and everything that I just didn't record it because it would just be like hours of scattering and animating and stuff, which I would edit out anyways, is kind of the same. And also, like, I think, like, at top 2 hours of assets gathering from Sketchfab and correcting them and then importing and stuff, which means I think it's safe to say that around 8 to 10 hours is more than enough to get something that looks like this to look like this. So what do you think? Was it worth it? I definitely think it was worth it. I have to start doing this. I have to start working like 8+ hours more on my projects to like finalize everything, because it's a huge difference and it's just one more day or a pretty long night. It's totally worth it. I think I'm so happy with this result. Thanks for watching, and please just, if you want to help me, I would just subscribe and like the video. It helps me a lot. And it's free. Also, if you like these kind of stylized things and environments, I'm coming up with a video real soon with that topic. That's a huge video. So thanks for watching and bye.